Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before we start, I would like to share a story with you all. It was a harsh winter in 2011, and my friend Chaz Yoder and I were hanging out in my driveway. And we both had a great idea to sled down my icy driveway for some, entertainment. So we both walk into my garage and pull out two sleds, and we proceed to start sledding down my driveway. But then, Chaz stopped and looked at me and said, "I have a great idea." He laid the sled down into the driveway and walked back a couple of steps. "I'm gonna dive onto this sled," Chaz said. Chaz then made a full-on sprint towards the sled and dove, but he missed his trajectory and flew straight over the sled onto the icy cement. Chaz slowly gets up and ran home, and I never saw him again. Now you may be wondering, what does any of that have to do with my life? Well, back in those days, Chaz and I would play many video games together, like Castle Crashers and Go Vacation. Our whole lives basically revolved around video games, and we just couldn't get enough of it. I personally grew up with the GameCube, and I love to play games like Mario Kart, Mario Sunshine, and Super Smash Bros., which is without a doubt my favorite game of all time. But obviously my childhood didn't all revolve around electronics. I was in Upwards, as most kids were, and I also played T-ball. Now it is without a doubt that T-ball is my most successful sport. My first and second grade year of T-ball, I was on the Red Sox, and we went undefeated 2 years straight. My dad actually recorded some of the games, but I could not find the footage. My dad took a lot of videos when we were younger, mostly me and Garrett just doing whatever we would do during the day, and pretty soon, he had more than 100 videos of us. I always felt like it was awesome to be recorded, so I found that I started using the camera myself, and began making my own videos. Jump cut to 3rd grade, where I made lots of videos with friends, and started to upload them to my own YouTube channel. Some people that were in the videos include people such as Chaz, Cole, Cooper, and Jake, Chaz's little brother. Back then, I had no idea how to edit videos, so I found myself just uploading one single long video. But then I started to learn how, and I used a software called Sony Vegas 14. I started to learn how to cut and put videos together to make them more interesting, and later on, I learned how to do things like cloning and sound effects. But with that out of the way, I want to jump straight into YouTube. I watched YouTube all the time when I was young, and one of the genres that I listened to all the time was music. Music videos were so interesting to me, and they made me so intrigued. And then one day, I decided that I would learn how to play an instrument. After a while, I finally narrowed my focus down to playing percussion. At first, I started out by going to lessons in South Bend with a man named Eddie Knight, but we soon switched to a new instructor so we wouldn't have to drive so far. We then found a man named Jim Bolero in Elkhart who taught lessons. I took lessons from him for over 5 years, and he taught me many things about all kinds of percussion instruments, but it just wasn't enough. The types of things that he'd be teaching me were just plain old sheets of music that I didn't have any interest in. I wanted to learn real music and see how to play in a real band. For these reasons, I quit drum lessons in 5th grade, and I was looking for someone to be in a band. The first person who came to me, which was a surprise, was Cole. He had just started to take guitar lessons and wanted to play music together, so we did. We learned some songs like Back in Black and Take On Me, which were pretty fun to play, but it wasn't the same without a singer. Cole and I were searching for a couple of years for a singer, and we finally came across one person who interested us, Noah Blosser. Noah joined the band, and the 3 of us began to learn many songs together. And then an opportunity struck us. An announcement came on the loudspeakers and introduced an upcoming talent show for the middle school. We thought this was a great chance to show everyone what we could do. So we joined, and I'd say it was a success. After the talent show, the 3 of us recruited Brett into our band, and that's where I am now. From Upwards and video games to video making and being in a band, I'd say that I've had a pretty good life.